I listen to rain, which is what I was listening to while I was getting ready for this. Let me stop that. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever. Pardon me. That came out of nowhere. Good thing we don't transmit through the internet, right? As far as I know, I am not sick in any way, shape, or form. Just in case you didn't see it yesterday, I had a long conversation with my Facebook friends and my YouTube friends and my friends over in Periscope and Twitch. And I laugh because I typically am avoiding comments that come in from Twitch. Let me know, by the way, if you happen to pop in, and I would love to know where you're from or some other relevant statement. I'm also laughing because I was just looking at my Facebook page, which is right behind what you guys in front of me, behind the screen that I'm looking at that has you in it. And I just got myself banned from a conversation, and probably rightfully so, because I got a little crazy. I need to calm down, which is part of the reason that segues into there's a hair on my face, and I'm touching my face. Not supposed to touch your face right now. But I haven't been outside in days, which is a whole other topic, right? So segueing from me getting banned, I'm trying to keep myself away from getting involved in politics or the coronavirus conversations. I did it again, didn't I? And other topics, because everybody's heated right now. And there's a lot of people spending a lot of time online. And we're kind of getting down rabbit holes. And, you know, the internet's very judgmental right now. Been that way for a couple of years. And I made some judgments, so shame on me. But if you're a business owner, I want to talk to you for a few minutes. Because right now, people are scrolling on Facebook. This is a scrolling thing, and it's nothing, I don't think it's obscene, and my kids haven't said it's something I shouldn't do, but I guess you get the idea that you're scrolling, right? Otto's here because Otto liked my Facebook post, so I could see myself down in the corner doing the scrolling thing. Business owners are thinking to themselves that they're going to not have business in a month or two down the road. And so what I am hoping to do is to help a few of you business owners get your email list kicked into gear. Otto is one of them. Hi, Otto. Otto registered last night. There were like 15 people that registered from last night's session. I am on Monday. Hi, Otto. Otto says hi, and he gives me a wavy symbol. And the man signals. That's interesting. Maybe it's something that I don't quite recognize. The symbol for a man. Is it hi, man? Anyway. So Monday, what I'm going to do is a free class. And I am going to try to take some of the pain off of your shoulders, because right now you are struggling or thinking that all of your customers are going away and that your business is going to dry up. And now's not the right time to be trying to sell stuff. That's what you're thinking, potentially. And in fact, this is potentially a very good opportunity. Maybe you don't want to sell, but you at least want to grow your network, because this is a great time to do that. And so what I am going to do is on Monday, I am going to do a class. Push the right button, Mitch. And it is called WINnow. I forgot what the longer title is. There's a longer title. If you go to the page, there's a longer title there. But basically what I want to do is to get people that are small business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, to think about their email list, because it is your number one asset. And I'll throw this up in front of you because I still don't think enough people really believe this. In a study of 72 million customers in 14 different industries. Oops. I'm sorry, I need to make that other thing go away. That one. 40 times as many purchases came from links in emails than from Facebook and Twitter. So all these people are telling you right now, you need to grow your Facebook page. You need to grow your Facebook group if you have one. You need to grow Twitter, Instagram, all these other things. But in reality, 40% or 40 times more sales come from your email list than any other source of traffic. And I know people kind of get lost and they forget about that. They forget about their email list. And I am raising my hand because recently I have not been doing a good job of nurturing my own list and building my own list. But I want to help you guys realize a way to do that. And I've got some processes that I teach that can help you grow your list and grow it very quickly. And it's inexpensive compared to just like buying a ton of Facebook ads. Tony's here. Hi, Tony. Thank you for popping in and commenting. I appreciate you. Thank you for commenting. Because y'all know when you comment, then that means more people see my thing. And Rashida's here. Hi, Rashida. So, Rashida and Tony and Otto, all of y'all are good old... No, don't go down that path. Sometimes, when you're doing a Facebook Live, you have to try to think on the fly. And sometimes my brain doesn't always think very well. Just ask my wife. She'll tell you that sometimes I don't do so well with what I say, right? Here, let me give you some examples. We'll go this way.
Oh my gosh, Mitch, do you hear yourself?
Yeah. Do you hear yourself? There's a whole bunch of Mitch quotes.
Preoccupied by Mitch. Oh my gosh,
there it is.
Mitch,
Same
do you
one
hear
again.
yourself?
Mitch is still here.
Mitch is here.
Isn't this fun?
I know there were always rumors about what Mitch was doing. It was common
the
knowledge.
You give Mitch more good stories.
See, that's what happens when you watch a TV show where the main character's name is Mitch. All right, so, hey, Tony says, post the link here in the chat. Well, I think I did. If I go back to here and then I go to here, the software should have just posted that in... I'm waiting for the... There it goes. I got a checkbox next to Facebook. So the giveawayrocket.com/WINnow. Now I have picked up the acronym WIN because win is something that's fun, right? We all want to win. When you start doing my methodology, you're going to get people excited about your product because you're going to offer it to them in a contest. And you're going to get them so excited about it, they're going to send it to their friends. So your initial group of people is going to grow because they're going to be sharing it with other people, and you're going to get other people excited, and you're going to grow your list. And you're going to be really excited because we all want to grow our list. Right? There is. I still got to get a symbol at the end of that. So why am I doing goofy sounds? I know some of you probably go, oh, this guy's crazy. He's doing these goofy sounds. Well, I like to make things fun. I like people to enjoy what they're doing and maybe go, even if they go, well, I mean, even Astro's here, right? Mitch, he's a goofy kind of guy. But if I just sit here and I go, this is what I'm going to teach you, then you guys are going to be bored to tears and you're going to leave anyway. So you either love me or hate me, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. But what I want to do is get you to grow your business. And so in this session on Monday, I'm going to teach you how to pick a prize, how to create the contest, what tools to use. And, of course, many of you already know my favorite tool. And I'm going to give you some bonuses, and I'm going to do a giveaway at the end. And so you got to show up in order to get those things. So if you go to giveawayrocket.com/WINnow, then you will register. Now, I've confused a couple of people because it's not like a typical registration page. And I apologize about that. This is my friend Astro, by the way, if you don't know Astro. Sometimes he acts a little goofy, but mostly he just takes naps and sits there. But what I wanted to do was to send you some free ebooks, case study kind of stuff when you quote unquote registered for Monday. And so I put the link, actually is in my shop, and the things that are there are free, so you can get a little bit of a head start by reading about the case studies. But it's not just your traditional thing, and you don't get a fancy email that says put this on your calendar and that kind of stuff. There is a little tiny bit of instructions on how to get there, but I'm going to email you too on Sunday and Monday to let you know what's going on, where to go, how to get there, all that kind of good stuff. And so it's a little different. I mean, somebody messaged me today and said, well, I downloaded the things, but it didn't say you're registered for the webinar. Well, and by the way, I'm not going to sell you anything on this webinar. This is a give-only kind of process here, because I want people that are thinking about it to get off their backsides. We all have one. Okay, there's a couple of people that are handicapped that don't. Anyway, you get my point. I want you to get off your patukas. Rashida, we've talked about it, right? I know Tony's done contests, so we've talked about that. Otto wants to do one. But I want a whole bunch of people to get off their backsides and quit scrolling on Facebook. I confess, I just did it. I forced myself to come do a Facebook Live because I wanted to get a couple of people to bang them on the head and go, hey, this is what we're doing Monday. And yes, there will be a recording, in case anybody asks. And this problem too, Rashida, I'm sorry, I know somebody else said this, but you don't have to create a password. Rashida is asking to create a password. Don't check the box that says create an account. You don't need an account. Sorry. You don't need an account. And I'm new to WooCommerce plugin, and so I haven't gotten all the things necessarily worked out, because it comes up with 0 in each of the quantities, and I want it to be 1. I don't know why I can't be 1. But I haven't figured that out yet either, so I apologize. But don't register, don't check the box that says create an account. Just make each one of the things say 1, and click add to cart, and boom, you're gone. Well, you do have to put your name and email in there. Okay? If you still have trouble with that, Rashida, let me know. You shouldn't have to do that. Somebody else got stuck on that. And he tried it. He was doing it on a smartphone, and he tried it again. He started to do a screen recording. And he tried to do it again, and it worked fine. So hopefully that doesn't cause you any problems, right? But so the goal here, and Renita's here. Renita. I got Rashida on the brain, and Renya's here. Thank you, Renya, for popping in. I get so funny. I crack myself up. I know. So Monday, I'm going to do the session. I'm probably going to have to do it again. Okay? I'm not going to, because I know there's people are going to say, well, I missed it, and I want to ask questions and blah, blah, blah. So I'll probably do it again. If you don't happen to make it this time, Monday at 10 Eastern time, and that's not Central European Eastern time. That's New York Eastern time. All those people that are on Central European time are probably sound asleep. So it's not that. It is 10 o'clock Eastern when I'm going to do that. I don't know whether I'll do it again on Tuesday or Monday afternoon or what, but hi, Frank. Frank's here with a thumbs up. Thank you, Frank. Frank registered yesterday. I came back to see what kind of goofy stuff I'm doing now. I bet this doesn't work. Oh, it does work. I'm on fire, baby. See, I got some fun stuff. Oh, earlier let's see, where'd it go? Tony Otto said, what software do you use for live streaming? It is pretty cool. I'm using two different things here, Otto. I am doing, on my Mac, this is Mac software, I'm using a tool called Ecamm. That's doing the broadcast. I also have it connected to Restream. I have to think about that name sometimes. Restream, and Frank is here. I see Frank just gave me a thumbs up. Thank you. Restream is the tool that takes the feed from Ecamm and sends it to my Facebook page, my Facebook group, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, and Twitter, and one other place. I think I listed them all. So anyway, it's distributing my broadcast, and so it's really kind of cool because Restream lets me access other places, and it's cool enough that if somebody on YouTube were watching right now and commented, we would see that comment, or I would see that comment. You guys may not see it, but so Rashida, I'm sorry, I'm confusing the kajibers out of you apparently. Let me go, I'll show you, right? Oh, so I shouldn't show you that page. That's the one that's getting me in trouble. Let's go quickly out of there. So it's giveawayrocket.com/WINnow. All right, so all you need to do, dadgummit, it's not doing what I told it to do. There's supposed to be a third thing here, but you have to click these up to one, because I don't know what I'm doing. Then you do add to cart. Scroll on down and you say no coupons. You say proceed to checkout. Put in your first name, last name, email address. Don't check the box that says account. And then you say place order. That's all there is to it. Rashida, you missed the part because you were busy trying to register. There is no, I don't have an event thing that comes out to you yet because I didn't get that set up. I was busy today. I was trying to put this together in a hurry because I want to get people on the thing and get them to be helped. You're registered. Trust me, I know you're going to be there. Sunday, I will send you an email. Monday, I will send you an email. You're registered. But I gave you the freebies, and there's supposed to be the third one, which actually has the instructions, which I thought I had figured out. But that's all you got to do. You're registered. And I know people don't read, but I did put in here, add to your cart, check out. I will send you details on Sunday. So I did put it in there. But I know, I don't read. It's okay. I'm not yelling at you or anything. Ashley Tuttle. When is this? It says right down here, Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. This is Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And if you can't make it at that time, I will record it. And if you register, you will get the replay. And, you know, all you have to pay for this is an email address. Get on my email list. And I give you good stuff. It's not like I'm going to spam you with 10,000 offers. I'm not that kind of guy. Because frankly, right now, if you're on my list, you're not getting very many emails. And you're probably wondering what the hell Mitch is doing with his email list because he's not doing enough nurturing. I'm one of those guys that doesn't always practice all that he preaches. Because we're all kind of in that boat, aren't we? I have to press the right button. Come on, over to here. So, why isn't that coming in front of me? Part of the problem is technology doesn't always work the way I want it to. So the other thing, when I was answering the question from Otto, if you're still here, Otto, putting up with me, the other tool I'm using is a tool called a Stream Deck. And a Stream Deck has 32 buttons on it. And they're like little tiny TV screens. And you can program them so that they do things like put up the banner on the bottom third, and do things like this that plays a movie, that kind of goofy stuff, or even this button with iJustine saying, subscribe to Mitch, he's a great guy, and the sound effects in the background. So I'm doing all of that with the Stream Deck. By the way, if you go to giveaway, and I'm not being consistent with my fonts, which bothers me, but you could go to the shop, which is where I went to get to the WINnow. Actually, I just went to WINnow, and it's in the shop, which is why there's a cart and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, my key is that I would really love for you to show up. I talked to one of my mentors today, and he said, don't tell people that it's going to be 2 hours, because you're going to scare them away. Just tell them it's going to be an hour-long webinar, and they'll be okay that it goes longer. And yes, Frank says, yes, the Jetsons. That's because I got this space motif going on. If you know, I call myself Planet Mitch and stuff. So if I go here, for example, come on button. Oh, see, I changed that one. The TV screen part of it, I have a Jetsons logo, but I took away the sound and I put that one instead.
Huh?
I know, I'm goofy. But what if I go here? Is this still the Jetsons? There it is. There it is. Yeah, that's the Jetsons. So I do have a little bit of fun playing with my toys. I'm a geeky, techie kind of guy. But Monday, what I want you to do, so my goal, let's go this direction. My goal is for let's see, today is the 20th. So Monday is the 23rd, right? Isn't that what I said? 21st, 22nd, 23rd. So by the second week of January, if you come to Monday's class and you implement and you use the tools that I give you, by the end of the first week of April, I bet you'll have 300 new emails in your email list. That's my goal, for everybody to get 300 emails. I don't know if that sounds like a lot to you. It's not a lot to me, because if you've heard recently, my UpViral, I use UpViral for my software, my UpViral account just crossed 250,000 leads. Now, the vast majority of those are for clients. I think I said April, didn't I? Rashida says, do you mean April? Yes, I mean 2 weeks from now, there's 1.5 weeks left in March, and so there's first week of April. If I said January, I'm sorry. Sometimes this doesn't work so well. When you get to 62, you'll understand. And now you made me forget what I was talking about. Nobody said that I'm not necessarily I can be pretty boring sometimes.
Roger, 0G, and I feel fine.
So that goes with the space motif, right? Right. Fun. So what I was talking about was the 250,000 leads. I'm averaging a little over 3,500 leads a month for my clients. Yeah. And if you go back to, that's this button, if you go back to what the traditional marketing people tell you, that an email should be worth $1 per lead per month. I've told you this before, but people still don't understand. I know, I'm going to post this again. My friend Tobin Slavin says that he's averaging $3.50 per person per month. My friend Christina says her email list generates a lot more than $3 per person per month. when you start putting numbers on that, let's suppose you get 1,000 new leads. That's $12,000 a year for 1,000 leads. I'm trying to put perspective on this so that you think about the value of those people. That doesn't mean all 1,000 people are buying something from you every month, right? And, email open rates and all this other stuff, you're not going to necessarily hit all 1,000 people. So you got to go with some bigger numbers if you can do it. Let me give you this one. If you do contests or some other method to add 1,000 leads per month, that turns into $78,000 a year because you're adding 1,000 every month. So down at the bottom, it's the first month is 1,000, the second month is 2,000, blah, blah, blah. That's $78,000 in your first year of revenue. So month 13, right? Is this ringing a bell for you? The cash register bell? It should. You ought to be thinking about the fact that this is money. Rashida says 250,000 subscribers. Yes, my Up Viral account, I'm at 256,000 subscribers. Those are, the vast majority of those are for my clients. So they're not mine. Right? I've given all those away. I have been paid to generate those leads. I'm damn good at it. Frank says you need to have a relationship with your subscribers. Absolutely, ring the bell. Yes, Frank. Although I will tell you, I know plenty of people that do nothing but send, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. And they seem to be making money, even though they're not doing the kind of nurturing that I would love to see most people do. I'll go back to the question that happened in the Up Viral group the other day. Somebody said, well, I'm working with a dentist, and the dentist is losing all of his patients right now because of the stay-at-home thing. The self-quarantine thing. I said, this is the perfect time to be nurturing that list. Well, the dentist doesn't have a list. They know who their customers are, but they don't email them. Like, hello? This is where the problem is, right? Frank hits the nail on the head because people like the dentist are not building a relationship with them. They want them to come in every month or every 6 months to get their teeth cleaned. I'm covering my teeth because I haven't cleaned mine recently. And they should be doing emails. They should be nurturing their clients. They should be educating them about dental hygiene. They should be teaching them about what the people in the office are like. Pardon me. I mean, wouldn't you want to know what the gal behind the desk, wouldn't you want to know a little bit more about her personally? Wouldn't it make you trust her a little bit? How about your dental hygienist? People that are in business don't understand the relationship. I mean, they're really good at it potentially while you're in the frickin' office. My car repair guy sends out a newsletter, a paper newsletter every month. I open that thing every month because you know what's in it? Up on page 3, in the top left corner is the client of the month. The client of the month gets free service. You're darn right I open that thing every month. I may not read all the stories, but I open it because I want to see if I'm the winner of the free month. Why isn't the dentist doing that? Why isn't the dentist building excitement for your business? I know a good friend of mine, Tamalia, why I can't come up with her last name right now, is in gamification, and she's teaching me more and more stuff about how to make things fun. She even has a deck of cards where you can like pick one thing for, and she's focusing on memberships and content creators. She's got a pre-course checklist. So this is gamifying the process. She's got, I don't know, infographics. I mean, there's a lot of these fun cards that you can just go in and, if you're struggling for, what do I say to my email list? Oh, look, build a course map. Now, again, this is for courses, right? There's all kinds of different ways of creating content, but make it fun. Why do you think I have Astro up here? Is it because I have some attachment? No. People are going to, there's going to be, like I said before, there's going to be a segment of people that go, that Mitch, that dog thing on his microphone, he's cuckoo. That's okay. They're not my audience. They obviously don't want to have fun. Put those down before I drop them. I still have them in the original order they came in the box. A little bit OCD on this topic. But have some fun. Build a relationship. I left your comment up here, Frank, because it's so absolutely true. You got to be building a relationship with your potential clients. Not everybody is going to buy on day one. You've heard the adage of there are 7, some people say it's 11. You have to touch people virtually, especially in this self-quarantine day. You're not going to get somebody to buy on the first pitch. The first time you touch somebody, Rashida's a good example. For, she and I have talked multiple times. Has she bought anything from me yet? No. Do I still help her out? Heck yes. Maybe, I don't know. So I kind of get lost. I don't know. Anyway, you have to be careful with your examples, Mitch. Frank, not emailing regularly is one of the worst things. Guess what? See, I knew it. See, I knew it. I see, I blew it. Rashida did. We did have a consult. I forget sometimes. I have embarrassed the hell out of myself. I have a specific story. And in fact, it's so funny because I just spoke to this guy. What's today? Friday. I spoke to him Tuesday, and we're going to do a little bit of work together. But I was going to an event every year in April. It's canceled this year. And I don't know, I think it was 2 years ago. His name is, I can picture him. His channel's called the C47. Why can I not come up with his name? I'll just call him Ray. It's not the right name. Anyway, I said to him like 2 years ago, I am so thankful that we set up an appointment because I've really been wanting to meet you face to face. And he said, oh, Mitch, so you don't remember that dinner we had 2 years ago? I was like, oh, no, I guess I forgot about that. Jem, his name is Jem Schofield. It took me that long to come up with it. Jem, Jem. So, Rashida, I apologize. We haven't met yet, you are correct, but we did do that consultation, so I'm embarrassed. Do you see my blush? Sorry. Flogged myself for that one. But, again, and Frank is absolutely right, not emailing regularly, and guess who's having trouble making that happen right now? Because I get busy and I don't have my emails planned. So that there's a side topic there because I've created a content planning calendar that I'm going to start giving away to anybody that wants to do regular content, regular emails. And it's kind of cool because it helps you build out an entire year's worth of content. And I haven't even filled it out yet. I get so geeky. I was showing it to Tamalia yesterday. Because I'm going to add a gamification tidbit to this cool little spreadsheet. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about Monday and how you should be building your email list. And Frank, you're absolutely right. one of the things that I did, the life that I had before Giveaway Rocket, was a website called Planet 5D, which had to do with the camera, the 5D Mark II. And do you see a motif going on here, this planet thing? Because you can actually find me at planetmitch.com. And there's Astro, and I was really into astronomy when I was a kid. And so I just kind of picked up this persona to be a little bit more unique, or crazy, as some people would say. And again, I've just forgotten where I was going. Oh, man. Oh, so I built up an email list. Yeah. Oh. I built up an email list of 50,000 people with Planet 5D. But what I was doing was curating news, and I would post every morning because I sent it out as a daily. I had a weekly option, but I mainly sent it out as a daily so that people could get fresh updates about what's going on in photography and video. And people loved that. And the only thing that was in the email was a link to the article over on my blog, which is where they saw the advertisers, which is how I generated my revenue. So I had this list of 50,000, and I trained them not to buy anything from me, because all I ever sent them was, hey, here's a story, here's a story, here's a story. And I started renting the list, and people still didn't buy. They didn't, even though the clients paid me to send it out to the list, they were getting exposure, but they weren't really getting the kind of sales. So because I had trained my list to never buy anything from me. So you have to be kind of careful. But they got very addicted to that daily email. Frank's comment about emailing regularly, those people would write me if I didn't send out an email. It got kind of crazy. And I'm like, oh, I'm on vacation or something. But regularity, consistency is very key, which is why I've been working on the planning calendar, because most of the problem, like Frank just said, writing emails takes a lot of time, but it's worth it. And so if you have a plan, if you don't have to think to yourself, and even with the daily news that I was doing, I didn't have to think of stories. I just went out and found them, and I curated the stories, so I found what was important, what wasn't. And people loved that. They were really interested in that, because they didn't have to go then spend the time looking for current hot topics and stuff. It's kind of like Google News does now, right? They curate stuff for you. Anyway, but right now, you kind of get to a motif where, oh, I need to write an email. You say, what am I going to write it on? What are my topics? And if you don't have a list of things that you can just pull out a rabbit out of the hat, you don't do it. And I have that problem with Facebook Lives. I've created a calendar, by the way. That's not the button. See, I got so many buttons. I have a calendar now of when I'm going to go live in a scheduled basis, so that I'm forcing myself to go live on specific days, specific times. And part of that is just to get myself doing it, because then I have to plan something. Before I can go Facebook Live, I have to have an idea of what I'm going to say. Anyway, I've gotten way off topic. But you guys are asking great questions, so I appreciate that immensely, because it's really nice to have some interaction with people, even when you embarrass the hell out of yourself. Right, Rashida? That was bad. So thank you for all of you who have registered. If you have any questions, you can ask them now, or you can ask them on Monday. I'm kind of assuming that a lot of people are available during the day. So picking that 10 a.m. time means that people in Europe can attend, and then not be the middle of the night. It does eliminate people that are in the Far East, like Australia and Singapore and those kind of places. But I should be able to get to them if they raise their hands and say, I want to show up. But my entire goal here is to serve people that are struggling. Because I know there's a lot of, you want another confession? Does anybody want a confession? Tell me you want to hear a confession. I don't do my own giveaways. There's my confession. I do giveaways all the time for clients. Well, not all the time. There are some months where I'm not doing any. But I do contests for clients. Have you seen one where Mitch says, hey, win an hour of Mitch's time? Have you seen one that says, hey, win XYZ? win a year license of UpViral? No. I actually bought a year's license of UpViral last June because I was going to give it away. And I haven't done anything with it. So I'm just as guilty as everybody else, which is why I'm doing this, because I want not to be stuck. I want you not to be stuck. I want people that keep saying to themselves, I want to grow my list and don't do it, to get off their butt kiss and do it. That's the whole point. That's why I'm doing it for no charge. I froze there. No charge. At least I froze on this end. I go back and forth with the topic of, should you ask for $7 or $17 or something, because the people that are willing to invest are the ones that are going to be willing to do work. But I know right now that even that might be a barrier. And truth be told, I mean, realistically, if somebody doesn't already pay for UpViral, then there's going to be a cost involved for them to do it. Unless they use a different tool, which they could do. But most of the other tools cost money too. There's a couple of free contest tools. They don't work so well, but they're out there. So anyway, my intent is to make it as low a cost as possible. I'm not charging anything. The only fee that I might get is if, and there's been a couple of you, I don't know, was it Frank? I'm scrolling through the list. Frank, Otto, couple of you, I don't remember who, I'd have to look, didn't have UpViral and asked me for my affiliate link. And so if you don't have UpViral and you use my affiliate link, then I will get a commission. That's not why I'm trying to do this. I'm not trying to make money off of you. I'm trying to build a relationship, and maybe down the road you buy something from me. That's okay. But I'm not going to sell you something at the end of this 2-hour-long presentation. I'm not going to sell you anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kick you in the butt. And I'm going to give you just about everything that I can think of to make it easy. I'm handing it on a platter to you to create this contest. I have created, I'll give you a little tip. I have created a template, even though UpViral does not have templates in terms of a complete campaign. They do have landing page templates, but there isn't like a clone that you can do where I can give you my entire campaign in the way I do it. But I've figured out a way to make that happen. And I'm going to give that to you. Doesn't cost you anything. I could charge you money for this, because this is going to be a time saver. It's going to create your bestest campaign. It has emails in it. It has landing pages. It has share pages. It has points. It has terms and conditions in it. I haven't built it yet, but I know how to do it. I know what I'm going to do, and I have time to do it over the weekend. Except my daughter just called us this evening and said that she's getting kicked out of her dorm. So she's going to be at home for the next umpteen months. The school is shutting down. Anyway, so I will be going to the school to pick her up. But I am going to make it so easy for you, virtually no cost. I'm going to hand everything you need to you on a platter. Secrets that I have created, and I'm not going to ask for a penny. I don't know how you can turn this down. Those of you who are still here are already convinced you're already in, so thank you very much. I'm saying it because maybe somebody comes along and watches a replay. But I don't think I could make this any easier for you to get off the stick and create your first contest. Or second or third. Now, I'm not giving you all the bells and whistles. I'm not giving you every secret I've got created. I got a massive book of all of my secrets. I'm not giving you that, because that's worth some big bucks. But I am handing you an Upviral entire campaign template for you to start with. All you gotta do is show up. I'm not giving it to you yet. You just gotta show up on Monday. So anyway, anybody got any questions? I scrolled up. Let's see, new comments. Frank says, awesome. Rashida says, you're doing fine. And I know you, I'm giving myself more grief than I probably should, but I do wish that the thing that's up here, let me rephrase that. I have not worked hard enough on this thing to be able to pull some facts out of my head. Do you remember how long it took me to come up with Jem Schofield's name? I have that problem with sometimes people who are clients. I've actually had to create a list of people that have been clients because sometimes I just, unless I'm looking at the list, I don't remember. It's just one of those things that's up here that just does not fire properly. So I am a bit embarrassed about that, and I haven't worked hard enough on that to fix it, other than I've created a list. So you're on the list, I just don't have it in front of me. Maybe I need a post-it note, but that would be a long post-it note. So I'm stalling a little bit in case anybody has any questions. I saw a couple of new people just popped in because I get to see a number. I don't know whether you're on YouTube or Twitch or where you're coming from. If you're a business person and you want to grow your email list, which turns into on the back end, because your email list turns into potential clients, we're having an event on Monday. If you go to, see, this is where I got to have it ready. If you go to this URL, you can sign up. And we will educate you on Monday on how to build your first and best contest. Rashida says, I got stuck on the point system. How do we think about points to assign to actions? Whew, that's a hard topic. Creating the videos and graphics to insert into the landing page. Well, here's the key. I answer that one first. Here's the key. You already have the assets. In most cases, you already have the assets. And you and I, again, I'm raising my hand, are overthinking it. You want to know why? Here, let me, let's see. Let me take 10 seconds. I'm going to take 5 more seconds where, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to go to samples. And I'm going to go to, no, it's in case studies. That's where it is. It's in case studies. It's right here. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. Is it working? I have to make sure it's working. Yes, it's working. All right, so I need to take off the comment. So here is a contest created by a company called Freebie Depot. How simple is that graphic? Win a $50 Amazon gift card. 15 ways to enter. That's it. This is the entire landing page, Rashida. Win $50 Amazon gift card. Now, this total entries up here at the top. This is a tool called Gleam. Gleam will show you, if you want, as a campaign creator, how many entries are there. This is not 77,340,700 and people. This is not people, because you got 10,000 points for enter, or for just entering. You got 100,000 points per person you referred. You could get, if you come down here, sign up for their newsletter, you got 100,000 points. So I have to estimate, if you figure that one person could earn 1 million points, which is potentially not that hard, right? But let's say on average, the average person gets 100,000. So you whack 100,000 off of this. That's my math head goes crazy. That's let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Is it 4? That's 77,000 emails. I don't think that's right. Anyway, last time I did it, I figured 7,700. But regardless of how many emails they actually got, it was in the thousands. Maybe it was 10,000. Maybe it was 50,000. I don't know. It's hard to really know. And it's really hard with a crappy math head that I have. That's math head, not meth. You don't frickin' have to have the prettiest frickin' landing page ever. You can, but you don't get stuck on that, which is why on Monday we're going to build something really simple. It doesn't have to be crazy fancy. Does that make sense? Hope it does. It's simple. Make it simple. Quit killing yourself with overcomplicating things. What you want to do is spend the time, let me put that back up, on the points. And to figure out, and I understand that the point system is difficult because of the way they've designed it, and I've talked to them multiple times about changing it. But we have to kind of rig things based on the fact that if you want to do rewards, which we're not going to do on the first campaign on Monday, we're not going to get into rewards because that's an advanced feature. We're not really get into custom actions on Monday because I got to keep it under 2 hours. I'm sorry, it's under an hour. I'm never going to do it all in an hour because I talk too much. But what you do, I mean, if you looked at the one that I had up, I'm not going to bring it back up again. They assigned large numbers of points to the things they wanted people to really do. And the other things were just fluff, right? And so what I typically do in a contest is I assign for custom actions the biggest points to the things that I want them to do. And I assign the biggest points to the referrals. So if, for example, if I have a custom action, I give them 50 points for the big ones, and I give them 50 points for the referral, for every person they refer. Because to you and me, custom actions are good. They do engagement, but what we want as a campaign runner is we want those referrals. That's the gold for us, so that should be the number one thing. So what I do is I emphasize a couple of things, Rashida, that are important to the campaign, but the number one thing is always the referral points. And we do the rewards based on how many referrals they can get. That's where I focus. Does that make sense? It can wrap you around an axle. I've been there. I understand your concern and your difficulty. But the key is to focus on the actions you want people to do, and referrals. Make sure that's where your emphasis is. Because the referrals are the things you really want people to do. In the Freebie Depot thing, they gave 100,000 entries to people. I'm still laughing about my lack of math. To the people that referred friends. Every friend got you 100,000 points. You could easily get 2 million, 3 million, 5 million points. For a $50 Amazon gift card, people really work that hard? Hell yeah, they do. That's the key to that whole graphic. They work their tails off for $50. Your prize does not have to be a $3,000 item. We'll talk about that on Monday. Frank says, looks like make with the money on the daily freebie news. Yeah, if you get on their list, they will send you a daily freebie for sure. I have the biggest problem with the offer. Of course you do. We all do. But that's the thing you need to spend the most time on, is the offer. Right? I mean, I mentioned the $49 flashlight last night. It doesn't have to be expensive. It has to be the thing that lights people up. And Frank, you and I could spend 5 hours thinking about what the best offer was for your audience, and I don't even remember what your audience is. And they could be like, oh, that's boring. And that's the problem that Bradley had with the flashlight thing. They tried multiple offers that they thought were going to be grand until the audience voted on the flashlight, and the flashlight won like crazy. They didn't think the flashlight was going to do anything. I talked about the Monk Pack people, the nutritional granola bars. I didn't think that was going to be a big deal. We got 7,600 leads. People wanting to win $300 worth of granola bars. I didn't think that was going to do very well. It worked. You guys are commenting. Thank you. Rashida, the target goal to unlock the rewards versus the math on each action. Yes, and that's why I've begged UpViral to change the way they do it, because I want to be able to have a reward if you refer 2 people, regardless of what the points are set to. I want to be able to set rewards based on people. I also want to be able to set rewards on points. I want to be able to do both. Right now, you can't. You can only do rewards based on points. Are there good examples to model and get it to make sense? That's a great question. I don't have a great thing that I can just hand you and say this is the one that works. I mean, it all comes down to, and I'm cracking my ankle when I do this. I have an ankle that cracks, and it's just like cracking your knuckles or whatever. It's just habit. It depends upon the offer. I did a campaign with Fujifilm, for example, and we offered $149 camera backpack if you got 20 referrals. Not everybody collected. We got 20 people. I think it was 19 people that actually earned it. It was a significant reward, but our social sharing sucked a big time. There were a couple of people, 19 people that worked their tails off, but it wasn't massive groups of people. So it really depends upon the offer, and it gets really kind of convoluted. It really depends upon what your offer is, what the reward is, how many people you set the reward to, blah, 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 blah. I will say, that's 9:45 already. I will say that typically, I think the statistical average that I'm hovering around is if you offer a reward for bringing in 3 leads, only 5% of the people will collect that. There's not, the rewards are awesome, but people don't typically earn rewards. Go read the case study that you got delivered to you, the 3,800 leads from Jennifer, because she did a really interesting reward. And I think it worked really well for her. But it cost her money to send those out. I'm way behind. The target unlocker, that's the one. For instance, if I was trying to drum up leads for a plumbing company, what type of offer is going to bring me lots of clients? That's the magic question, isn't it, Lonnie? Thanks for tuning in, by the way, Lonnie. I haven't seen your name in here so far today. That's a magic question. I can't give you the magic answer because I don't know your audience well enough. I can give you some clues, and I can give you, well, let me put it to you this way. Let me rephrase that. I'm not giving it out Monday, but I have a workbook that helps you work through some of that question. It's not perfect yet. I've used it on a couple of clients, and it has helped us figure out what a good offer was. But I'm using that for my clients right now, and I'm not going to give that away for free. But potentially, I'm reading the comment. Potentially, the plumbing company might be better off doing a rewards program than doing just a pure giveaway. The other alternative, there are cases that can be made where I'm just picturing another client that I had. There's a case to be made that people would want to win plumbing service. But at the same time, I haven't called a plumber in 5 years. Maybe longer than that. So, is that something I'm going to be excited about? Is that something that I'm going to really work hard to win? I don't know. It depends. Because that's kind of a... You got to... Service may not be something that people are really interested in trying to win at that time. It's kind of like trying to offer a real estate prize, right? People who are buying and selling property. That's not something people do very often. What people typically will do is they'll combine a couple of different offers. A real estate agent or maybe a plumber, they could be kind of related. What about, a plumbing certificate and a air conditioning certificate and a home security system and a welcome basket? Putting a group of related things together to create a prize such that everybody gets the emails. All of the service vendors get the emails, but you don't have to rely on one prize to get people really excited. The reason I was laughing, by the way, was one client came to me with pest service, and I really, really disliked the concept for the social sharing because they had rats on the picture. And I advised them not to do it, but they did it anyway, and their campaign did not work. I don't want to see rats. I'm sorry. I know you're advertising pest service, but I don't want to see rats. And I think that their image killed their opportunity. New comments. Leads. Mine was the $300 machine. Oh, yeah. How's that going? we, now I get it. Now I remember. Thank you. Bell goes off in my head. Frank said, win a whole house water purifier. See, I think that goes better with the plumber, right? The plumber would have to install it. That's a good idea. What I'm trying to figure out, when should you use rewards versus gifts? Guess what, Lonnie? It's trial and error. I know you don't like that answer. It's experimentation. It's not. What you got to remember, I don't think enough people think of it this way, but marketing is a long game. It's not a short win game. It isn't the one Super Bowl game that you get a big celebration because you win. Marketing is a long game. You have to work with ideas and try things and learn as you go. It's not instant success. I mean, if you look at McDonald's has the Monopoly game, you know how long that's been going on? That's been going on since the 70s. And they change it every year. They rework it. They come up with a different angle and they see what works and what doesn't work. That's a freaking long-term game. By the way, did you know there was a McDonald's employee that was cheating and scammed millions upon millions of dollars off of that game? That's a very interesting story. So the rewards versus gifts or prizes is a very interesting topic, which is why I said, I mean, if you're just doing purely a plumber, it might be easier to try to get people to refer others if you offer them, basically a referral program. You get your neighbor to come do service with us and we'll give you a 20% discount, or we'll give you a $50 kickback or something, That's the kind of thing that my car service place does that I was talking about earlier. If you do a referral, there's a little coupon in the bottom of the newsletter just about every month. If you refer somebody, we'll give you 25% off your next service, whatever. That's a referral kind of a program. And UpViral can do those because it can keep track of how many people have referred whom and all that kind of stuff. But it's kind of a trial and error thing. It's the long game. Lonnie says, I like the bundle angle. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually doing one of those right now. It hasn't launched yet, but Neil Napier is a guy that has a product called MailView. It's a SaaS service like UpViral. And what he's doing is putting together a bundle of about 10 different services. And we got some crazy prize offers. That's going to be really fun. That's going to launch next weekish. Depends upon how quickly he can get other vendors. I mean, because that's the hard part, frankly, is getting all the other vendors and getting them to agree to stuff. And yeah, that can slow the process down. All right. We've been at this for an hour and 10 minutes. I am tired. I'm frankly tired. Frankly frank. And so I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to cut y'all off because I've given you some really good information, I think, right? I think you would agree that the value has been pretty high here today if I do pat myself on the back. But that's what I want to do. I want to get people value so that they learn to do this so they have success. I was really angry with the rat guy because they ran one campaign. It failed and they didn't do another. I was like, look, you got to do multiple campaigns. You can't just do one. And if it doesn't work, you have to be persistent. You have to take that as a lesson and move forwards and figure out what works. It isn't a one-shot game. If you were doing Facebook ads and their first Facebook ads failed, would you turn around and say, I'm never doing Facebook ads again? You'd probably frickin' hire somebody that knows how to do Facebook ads because you want to do it right, because that's where all the cool stuff is. Same thing is true with contests. You can't, I do not want you to expect to hit a home run on the first at bat. It's just not going to happen, even if you have me as your mentor. I'm sorry, I'm not a miracle worker. Happen to work one for the granola bars, but pardon me, my face itches again. They don't always work. I've done campaigns that have only brought in 54 leads. I did. It's true. It failed. But I learned lessons from that. My lowest client campaign was 900 and something leads. I was embarrassed. The client was like, that's awesome. I'm like, but I'm getting 5,000 leads for my other clients. I don't care. 900 leads is awesome, Mitch. You did a great job. It's all in your perspective. It's all in what your goals are. It brought, if it brings you people that potentially buy, then it's all good. It doesn't have to be a numbers game, but it frickin' is a long game. All right. Thank you, all of you, for tuning in and watching and putting up with me and my goofiness. And if you haven't signed up again, here is the link. Go to giveawayrocket.com/WINnow. Should be right there in your comment stream. There it is for Facebook. I appreciate each and every one of you. Even I can't remember that you've paid me money to have a meeting. Love you all. Thank you very much. We will talk to you again Monday for sure. But I'll probably do this again over the weekend because I want more people to sign up and I want you to change your life. Have a good weekend if I don't talk to you. And good night.